This video tutorial I will explain what is Project Lombok and how to use it. Java is a very popular language, but it has a few drawbacks. One of the most popular drawback is we still need to write the boilerplate code like getter method, setter method, toString method, etc. But in case of Kotlin language or Scala language, we no need to write boilerplate code so that it is popular. And this is where Lombok comes into picture to overcome the drawback in the Java. Project Lombok is a Java library tool which is used to minimize or remove the boilerplate code and save the precious time of developers during the development by just using some annotations. And also it increases the readability of the source code and saves space. But you might be thinking that nowadays everyone uses IDEs like Eclipse, which provides an option for generating these boilerplate codes. Then what is the use of Lombok? Whenever we use IDEs to generate these boilerplate codes, we just save ourselves from writing all these codes, but it is actually present in our source code and it increases line of code and reduces maintainability and readability. On the other hand, Lombok add all these boilerplate codes at compile time in the .class file, not in our source code. Here you can see employee class and it has four fields: employee ID, name, company and email ID, and empty constructor, constructor with all fields, and getter and setter methods for these fields, and also toString method. And if you see, number of lines are around 68. Same thing we can achieve using Lombok with less number of lines. And here you can see we have applied Lombok annotation and number of lines are reduced and maintainability and readability has improved. Inside Eclipse workspace, I have put Lombok demo, which is Maven project. I am opening a pom.xml file, and here you can see I have included the dependency of Lombok, and version is 1.18.20, and here I have included the plugin related to Lombok. Now what I will do is I will import this Maven project in Eclipse. And it is importing the Lombok demo project, and here you can see it is downloading Lombok version 1.18.20 jar. And project is imported successfully, and here you can see user.java. Here I have defined the class user. It has three fields: name, age and address. And here I have applied Lombok related annotations, and inside main method I am creating user1 and setting the name, age and address, and printing the user1. And here I am creating user2 using builder pattern and printing the user2. And you can see it is showing compile time error because Lombok is not installed in this particular Eclipse. So we will see how to install Lombok in Eclipse so that this compile time error will go off. Click on Project Explorer, and here you can see Maven dependency and Lombok jar. Right click, go to properties, click on this, and you can find the path where Lombok jar is downloaded. Copy this, and here you can see the Lombok jar. Use Java minus jar and Lombok jar. Enter, and it will open Lombok installer, and it is search the IDE which is there in my system. So I want to install Lombok in Eclipse, which is there in the T colon. So this checkbox is selected. Click on install or update. Here you can see the installation is successful. Lombok has been installed on the selected IDE installations. Quit installer. You have to close and open the Eclipse again. And now you can see after Lombok is installed in Eclipse, the compile time error is gone. Go to help, click on about Eclipse IDE, and here you can see Lombok has been installed. Once Lombok is installed, inside Eclipse folder, you can see lombok.jar, and also you can see in eclipse.ini file, the Java agent has been added and point to Lombok jar. Here we will see most frequently used annotations of Lombok. The first one is getter and setter. These annotations provide getter and setter methods for a field, and these annotations can be used at class level as well as field level. And the second one is no-aux constructor, and this annotation is used to generate a constructor with no arguments, and it has empty body and does nothing. Third one is all-aux constructor. This annotation is used to generate parameterized constructor which accept a single parameter for each field in the class, and it is required when you want to generate an object of the class by passing the initial values of the fields in the constructor. And the fourth one is toString, and this annotation is used to override toString method and generate a default implementation of toString method, and the default implementation prints the class name and fields in order separated by commas. And if you want to skip some fields that you don't want to print, then we have to use toString.exclude. Fifth one is equals and hash code, and this annotation is used to override equals and hash code methods and provide default implementation for equals and hash code methods. And the default implementation uses all non-static fields, and we can modify it. And if you want to exclude some fields, then we have to use the annotation equals and hash code dot exclude. The sixth one is data annotation. This annotation is a shortcut annotation, and it bundles toString, getter, setter, equals and hash code, and required aux constructor annotations into a single annotation. Here you can see the user class and it has three fields: name, age and address. Using non-null annotation, I have mentioned this name and address fields are required fields, and it is showing compile time error in setter methods. So we will add annotation. Before that, I will open outline. So currently you can see name, age and address is there along with main method. Now I am adding annotations, getter and setter, and you can see setter methods for name, age and address is created, and getter methods for name, age and address is created. Once I added this getter and setter annotations, and also you can see the compile time error is gone. Next I am adding three annotations which are related to constructor. The first one is no aux constructor, and here you can see no argument constructor is created. The second one is required aux constructor, and here you can see the required fields are name and address, and corresponding constructor is created. And next one is all aux constructor, and you can see the constructor with all the fields name, age and address, this one. Next I am adding toString annotation, and here you can see toString method has been created. Next I am adding equals and hash code annotation, and here you can see three methods has been created: equals, can equal and hash code. Now I am adding the code to create the user using builder pattern, and here you can see we got a compile time error. Now we will add the builder annotation to resolve this compile time error. And now you can see the compile time error is gone, and builder method is created. Now we will run this program and see the output. And here you can see user 1 is created with this details, and user 2 is created with these details. Here we will see log4j and sl4j annotation. These annotations are used to generate code related to the logger. And here you can see the code without Lombok annotation, and here you can see the code with Lombok annotation. Without Lombok, we have to create a logger object like this, and we can print the log information. With Lombok, we have to add log4j annotation, and we no need to create a logger object like this because this annotation is added, and we can print the log like this. Here we will see delomboking, or how to roll back Lombok from the project. Think about the scenario where you had decided to take advantage of Lombok and already added lot of annotations, and suddenly due to some change in the decision makers in the project, you have been asked to stop using Lombok and need to go with the old way of doing things. Now it would not be easy task at all to revert all the annotations that has been added with the boilerplate code. To do that, Lombok itself has provided some steps by which we can easily replace the annotated source code by the Lombok generated classes. We will see how to do that. Select Project Explorer, and inside Maven dependency, select Lombok jar. Click on properties and select Java source attachment. Copy this path. Copy the source. Place it here. Then open the command prompt. Then we have to use this command java -jar, then lombok jar, then Delombok, then the source folder which we copied, this one, then -d, then the destination location. Enter, and it ran successfully. And here you can see source Delombok is created. Here you can see the user class where all the Lombok related annotation has been removed and old way of code is updated. Here you can see getter and setter methods are created. Here you can see equals method is created and hash code method is created. So this way we can do the delumboking. Next we will see how to uninstall Lombok from Eclipse. Close the Eclipse instance. Then use this command java -jar, then Lombok jar. Enter. And here you can see Lombok is installed in Eclipse which is there in the D drive. You can see the symbol here. Select that particular Eclipse. Click on uninstall. And uninstallation is successfully done. Now open the Eclipse. Now you can see compile time error related to Lombok because we have uninstalled Lombok. You can get Java source code link for each video in the description section of the video. Here you can see the description section. Click on show more, and here you can see the Java source code links. Click on these links to get the Java source code.